I mean, I went to WrestleMania a couple of years back, 2018, in New Orleans, and I had a flight at like 7 a.m. I had to be there like 5:30, and I'm walking to my flight, and Ric Flair is at the bar with a fucking tall glass of brown. And I'm like, he's at the bar, and I like walk up. I'm like going to my, I'm like, fucking legend, dude. Like they say it. I'm like, Rick, they say it about you, but here you are. What is it? Fucking 6:02 a.m. and you got this big stinky brown cup. Look at you. Let me take a picture. Fucking the real guy. Like he's out here living it, dude. He looked like shit. He was like old, man. He was old. I was turning the juice up a little bit when I was saying hi. I was like, "What's up, buddy?" I was like, "If he dies here, this will be crazy. I'll get my YouTube channel back. Definitely gonna get views. I'll leverage that into some marketing shit."
Maybe you
I'm like, I was there when Rick died. It was like, bro, yeah. This episode we're doing a bacon rack, Ric Flair, fucking.
I mean, he's 76, so that's got to be.
No, he was 91 when I saw him.
He's got to be like 112 in wrestler years.
He even worse than the wrestling was the alcohol abuse he put his body through. He talks about it in the 30 for 30, like telling the doctor how many drinks he has a week. Like, I don't know, like
dude, this is
150.
End of WrestleMania weekend, 6:02, like a tall glass, like a full cup, like a full glass, like to the top.
Yeah, and he was 69 or 70 doing that. Like So he was doing this consistently for like 50 years.
He was on and off. There were years in his older years where he wasn't there so much. He had a heart attack in the ring, and nobody knew if it was real. I didn't know it was real. Like when it happened, I think I was a kid or a teenager, and it was like Ric Flair had a heart attack in the ring, and it's like, was that part of the show or not? You could believe either one because he looks very heart attack prone. He's always been very red.
Do you happen to know what glass I'm talking about? When I said this glass. Do you know what? Like, is there any shot that either of you guys know the name of this glass? Glasses have names, you know. Just what would you call it? What's a regular glass? Like just a regular, like not a small,
like a pint glass.
Like when you
smaller, like half that, a half maybe like if you had like a shot of like a glass of.
Oh, you mean like brown, not beer, brown like liquor.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
You know that like whiskey glass,
highball glass.
That's what that was in my brain too. That's why was that in my brain? But that's what was there. But that's what I was thinking. Like,
that's not be the right thing.
No, but like that space, like you got to have understanding. You got to know what a highball is to know what glass I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but you don't.
That explains why I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't. This is really hard for me. I don't know what I'm talking about when I was saying this. I was wondering if you guys
big glasses that are like 4 inches tall.
It's not that big.
Cowboys drink.
Yeah.
What is it? It's just so he was drinking a big tall whiskey glass of.
No, it was just like just a regular glass. It was just like a regular glass that you would, maybe like I want to say like it could fit like 500 milliliters maybe if you filled it up to the top.
That's amazing.
See, this is why I knew that already. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, maybe highball. Yeah, highball with no ice, filled to like literally like 80%.
With no ice. Can't be trifling with that space waster. Straight up liquor. The vodka
glass is different than a shot glass. Okay, new to me.
Yeah, well, a shot glass is just a little shot glass. I would imagine all those we just saw
too big.
Were still too much.
Now that it's there and it's been pointed out, I realize that I did always know that it's a different glass for vodka. Like I never noticed it, but like now in memory, like I can think that all the time that I would be that was when I was having vodka somewhere at a place. Like that's the glass that's the only time I've ever seen that. Like I'm like that.
Did you take the opportunity to get a glass of whiskey with Ric Flair as he said?
No, I was disgusted.
Hungover?
I was absolutely disgusted. I was making mistakes like the whole weekend. I like my buddy that I was with, he was like sick last night. I'm like wasted, like trying to get us back. And I'm like hungover. I feel how Ric Flair looked. So I was not going to participate, but I definitely sat somewhere where I could see him, and I stared at him the entire time.
When was this?
Like 2018, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was 69 or 70 and just drunk at 6 a.m. at the airport.
I wish you talked more about steroids, because I want to. Whenever I see a documentary about a guy who was historically enormous like that, someone who had a crazy physique, I want to know how you did that. He talks about working out hard, and he talks about being coached hard, and you go to this wrestling boot camp type thing and learn the business. And he talks about his, ribs being raw from rubbing against the ropes. How much testosterone, dude? How much Deanabol? Like, what were you taking? That's what I want to know.
I'm trying to find him when he was in his prime.
I was looking at that too. In his prime, he was pretty good. I've seen so much old Ric Flair, I forgot where he peaked.
That's because even in his prime, he looked old. He always had like that platinum hair. Like when I was a kid, I just thought he was way older than he was, because I just didn't understand that his hair could look like that in any other way than as if he was old.
Ric Flair through the years. What quite the article.
That is not a good photo of him in either frame.
I thought they were both great photos. I actually thought both photos were sick. I just looked at it. I was like, what a sick guy.
The left one is very.
I saw these pictures. I was like, fucking legendary dude.
The left, he has that like aged man pecs earlier than he should have.
He looks
like
barrel chested.
They're almost droopy to me. Yeah, poor guy. On the right, it looks worse.
You think he gives a fuck what you think about his pecs?
Yes,
well,
he makes a living caring about what I think of his pecs.
He's probably 65 in this right picture, or I don't know. You guys are saying he always looks old.
Yeah.
If you tell me he's 65 there, I'm like, all right, that guy looks pretty fucking good for 65 physique wise.
Right.
But if you tell me he's 48, then I'm like, all right, this guy just maybe gets a lot of sun, a lot of early morning boozing.
I'm sorry, Zach says 59.
59.
I wish Arnold
was pretty good for 59.
Visible bicep veins of 59, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I remember Ronnie Coleman was on Rogan, and he was trying to be squirrely about his steroid use. I used a little bit, everybody used a little, but yeah. And it's like, dude, just be real. You were the biggest human ever. Explain to us how. Like, we don't mind if you use some steroids. Like, clearly, you were.
They thought it was going to be a safe space to lie about it forever. It's very funny. The entire community really just thought that everyone was going to be in agreement, and then like newer people came up. People like, honestly, Rich Piana like was just always like, yeah, here's all the steroids I do. This is it. This is what everyone's on steroids like here, like, and he showed what he did, and like really then there was a whole bunch of other creators, but really I think it was like a lot of YouTube that fucked up the whole, yes, we're just going to have a safe space and all agree to lie about this type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even like natural bodybuilders, I'm like, oh, so you just take below a certain detectable threshold.
Yeah, the natty guys, I've seen some of those competitions, and to me, it's like, Jesus, why would you ever want to be bigger than that? Genuinely, when I see the quote unquote natural bodybuilders, I saw a picture recently of like the top 3 guys in that. It may have happened recently, their championship, whatever it's called. But I was like, damn, they all look perfect. Like nobody's like, when I see Mr. Olympia or whatever it is, the open bodybuilding, those people are not attractive. They're not to any aesthetic that I would aspire to. They're just colossal. They're symmetrical. Everything matches. Don't get me wrong, but it's still like I wouldn't want that.
I don't think they match like they should. Like I think the open, they get as big as they can every muscle group, whereas like Schwarzenegger would be like, like if your pecs can't get bigger than that, your biceps shouldn't be what they are. You should be a better match.
Ronnie Coleman stopped training one of his muscle groups, I can't remember which, for like 3 years. He was like, yeah, my arms got too big. So for 3 years, I just didn't train arms. And they're like, you didn't train arms for 3 years? Yeah, they was just too big. What a genetic freak. Like Zach, can you show a picture of Ronnie Coleman in his policeman outfit? He worked as an on-duty cop. And you imagine being pulled over by this behemoth.
While he looks for that, Dorian Yates, another guy who was Mr. Olympia a couple times, he said that the amount of steroids he took was nothing compared to what they take to get today, that they've upped the game from where he was. And I mean, I don't know, I'm the resident autist, but he vibed telling the truth to me.
I listen to a lot of Dorian Yates too. I enjoy his interviews. They're really, really good. And he seems to not be a meathead. Like none of, I guess at the top, very few of them are meatheads, but Dorian seemed to know what he was talking about. And every, let me look at that. Holy shit.
So no pants, huh? Just
they exploded.
He flexed his thighs.
I think that's so cool.
Him in a
Poor guy
cop
can't grow
No,
calves.
just like being like the most jacked you could be has always been very cool to me. Like if I ever see a guy that's fucking huge like this, like I'm always hyped up about it. Like if I'm going, this even happened.
What is this?
Within the last 2
Yeah,
Why
weeks?
does his
weird,
head look
right?
weird? This is drawn. This is drawn.
This is someone's
Yeah, this is
interpretation
fan
of
art, bro.
Robert
This is weird as hell, dude. What the fuck?
There's.
I don't even
actual
want to
photos of
talk. I don't even want to talk about how much I love muscly men now because this art.
I don't like how he's looking at it.
it.
No, get all of it off. I don't like any of it anymore.
Here's what's
Now
cool
it's
about muscles
gay.
like that. You can't buy them. There's only one way to get them. You can only get muscles like that by working hard. There's no shortcuts. Well, kind of shortcuts, but like, I don't know. It's an achievement that can only be earned.
It's true.
Yeah, I shared that picture, by the way, of Ric Flair and I at the airport. If you want to click,
Ooh,
it.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Bring
he
that
looks
up.
pretty good here, dude. Like genuinely, like not bad.
That's
Not
just
what I would call bad.
click,
Like he
click
doesn't
to the
look
right
weak.
though, Zach. If you can click to the right to the the close up of his face.
Oh, like only use
Yeah,
the blade
and
in the
again?
background there.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Early morning
That
Jaeger
face, was,
bomb.
that face was haunting me first thing in the morning because he was like good to go.
He's-
Like, he was good to go. Like he was very entertaining. Like he was just, he was doing it.
he seemed energized.
But it's funny though, now that we're looking at the picture, like I actually looked like shit that day. That was major projection. Like I'm 38. What's his excuse?
He's wearing a Rolex and a diamond
That's just some
ring.
gay shit Ric Flair was trying to do to me, bro. No, I'm kidding. I did that and he just did it with me. He pointed at me and I put my finger on his. That's what I do when someone points. In the
Look at that, a
picture.
consummate professional.
ET phone home. Okay.
I have Ric Flair on my jacket in that picture too. Like it has my entire back of my jacket is Ric Flair's face. That's like the jacket I was wearing.
Man, what a serendipitous run in for you.
Did
Yeah,
you have the? How tall was he? Like, did you have?
He
the
was
tall-
sitting. He didn't stand up. He
Oh.
was sitting.
I'm-
But it's like I
my-
met
my
Arnold
dad
and I
always tells-
towered over Arnold, and I always thought I was like, that's crazy. I'm standing next to Arnold. I'm like, look, I'm taller.
My
than this.
dad was in an elevator with Dusty Rhodes one time, and he's like, all I could kept thinking is, this is that big son of a bitch from the TV. I whoop him right here.
No way though. Could he really? No.
Probably. I mean,
Your
I don't know.
daddy could beat people up. Your daddy could
Yeah.
beat people up. Would you be like, oh, don't do that. My daddy will beat up your daddy.
My daddy will beat up your daddy.
No, but is he knows how to fight? What's his deal? He like fought for like fisticuffs over cases of beer? Like
No, that's my like weird, sketchy step uncle.
this is where you find out it's in your blood, like that you should have been doing Creator Clash the whole time. Like,
Oh,
you
it's
have the
not.
fighters-
I promise you, it's not in my blood.
Kyle tried to pick a fight. Diego backed out.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to chase him down. He's clearly afraid, and he's dealing with a lot of mental illness now. I don't know why we're making fun of him. He clearly actually has mental illness. I just leave him alone.